Nintendo has a ton of fantastic games, but sometimes there's that one game you want to see be made, but it never happens. Maybe it's a sequel to a game, or even a spin-off to an existing series. I've thought about Nintendo games I want to see for years, so why not talk about them? Luigi's Mansion 2. It's a game that I would love to see. The original Luigi's Mansion was fantastic, and it could definitely use a sequel. But you're probably wondering, hey, doesn't Luigi's Mansion 2 exist? Well, I'm not a rocket scientist or anything, but I'm pretty sure that's 2 words, not the number 2. Huh. Anyways, I just want to see a game like the original Luigi's Mansion, but a sequel. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon is a good game, nothing wrong with it. It just isn't the Luigi's Mansion 2 that I would like to see. I would prefer more one that's just like the original with some new additions and feels more like the style of the original. Subspace Emissary 2 would be a game that I would like to see. The original Subspace Emissary was the adventure mode in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and a very good one, so I would just like to see that, but again. Now, I know it's a little harder because Smash Bros. Now has so many characters, so to make a story that fits them all could be really hard, but if it was done, and done well, it could be a fantastic game. Now, it could either be just DLC for Ultimate if they're not making a new Smash game anytime soon, it could be the adventure mode in the next Smash game, or it could even be its own standalone release. Now, I'm not 100% on which one I prefer. All I know is I want to see Subspace Emissary 2, and if it's done good and done well, it could be a very, very good game. Xenoblade Warriors is a game that I would like to see. It's, a very simple spin-off to do. You just take a pre-existing series and you put them in a warrior-style game, like The Legend of Zelda in Hyrule Warriors and Fire Emblem in Fire Emblem Warriors. It can just work. Xenoblade Chronicles is probably the next Nintendo IP that would work well in the warrior style. There's plenty of Xenoblade games to work with, plenty of characters, set pieces, environments, the works. It could just result in a very good game, and if it's on par with Hyrule Warriors or even Fire Emblem Warriors, it could still be a very fun game. Animal Crossing City Folk 2. Now it's weird. Animal Crossing is not a series to get sequels, as every entry is kind of its own beast, and I do think it should remain like that. What I want to see is a game that's kind of like Animal Crossing City Folk 2, using a lot of the ideas from Animal Crossing City Folk in the next entry. Mainly, everything going on with the city, as I do like the city from the original City Folk, but I want to see it more expanded upon, as I do think the original city was very underutilized. Another thing I want to see is just a bigger town layout. You do kind of get a glimpse of it in the Animal Crossing movie, but that's comparing a movie to a game, so it's not really the same. But if a game could have a bit bigger town, kind of like the movie does, it could make for a very good Animal Crossing game. Super Mario Maker 2. It's already a game. It already exists. It's on the Nintendo Switch, and it's a very good game. However, I feel like Super Mario Maker 2 would be a way better game if it was on Nintendo Wii U. Now, Super Mario Maker 2 on the Nintendo Switch is a fantastic game, but making levels on it doesn't feel as good as the original game did. Now, it's as good as it can be. Touchscreen with the Switch tablet and using the controller. It's the best it can be, but it's not going to be as good as the Wii U gamepad, because the Wii U gamepad was built for Super Mario Maker. Now, okay, the gamepad wasn't actually built for Super Mario Maker, but with how well it works with the game, it almost feels like it is. So if Super Mario Maker 2 was on Nintendo Wii U, it would feel like a much better game, given the gamepad controls for building levels. Those are some Nintendo games that I want to see, but do any have a realistic chance of existing? Surely. But are some of them a very low chance of existing? Yeah. And are some not likely to happen at all, and I'm just talking about them for no reason? Maybe. But it's nice to come up with ideas for potential games, not even just from Nintendo, but, any other company, or even just a game idea not following any other existing series. But for Nintendo, it's nice because they have such a lot of IPs, so sometimes you want to see them do something else with that IP. But if we're being realistic, we're probably just going to see Nintendo Switch Sports Resort or something.